All right, so where to start? So we're gonna get to the daily drinking, which again, I say this a lot, is being a full-time alcoholic is exhausting. That is one word I'd use, is exhausting. I'll start off with a little thing that's on my dad's answering machine, and he always says, "You're not alone. God loves you, and so do I. And please take time to pray. He's a good listener." That's on his answer machine. I love it. So just getting started, we'll talk about the daily routine, just to give you an idea of what the life and exhaustion it goes into being a full-blown drinking all day at work. Yes, at work, functioning, doing what I had to do, chewing lots of gum, hiding it, staying away from people, not getting too close to people, eating certain foods that would try to mask it. It's just absolutely insane. And the getting up every morning, shaking so bad you can't brush your teeth, you can't put toothpaste on the toothbrush, you can't shave, you got to use two hands to shave. There you go. That's a good start of your day. And it just got to the point where I was physically addicted to alcohol. And it got to where I couldn't function without it. So it wasn't like, hey, cool, let's drink and party and have a good time. It was literally, I was past that. I got to the point where when I woke up in the morning, if I didn't have a shot, I absolutely shot 2 or 3 big gulps. And then, of course, you go throw up, right? Everybody throws up first thing in the morning before they take another chug of vodka. That's right, folks. We're going to be brutally honest here. I hope there's other people out there that are listening that can relate. And man, I'd love to help you out because it's literally saved my life. I did it for myself. I literally was at work and I said to myself, I think I'm losing my fucking mind. And I just got up and got my car, drove home, and LaFawn, my best friend, had actually called a rehab place in California, had it all set up, and I was on a flight the next morning. So to a rehab center in LA. And then we'll touch on that in a minute. The other thing I want to discuss is my health. Didn't come out unscathed. I thought, oh God, please, if I just don't have any liver damage or a fatty liver, which I'm sure I had a fatty liver, the doctors, they test you once you get to detox, you do blood work, they'll let you know what's going on. They said my liver enzymes were slightly elevated, but there's no permanent damage that they could tell. But little things like I started getting short of breath during the later, process of drinking, and walking to the mailbox and back would make me lose my breath. It was pathetic, but get some booze in me and I can, do suicide sprints to the mailbox and back. But that's just crushing your heart and just crushing your organs. It's just poison. It's straight up your ethanol. It's poison. But after it's been, we'll see, we'll put it up here. I got to take a look, but it's been over 90 days now, 3 months sober, 3 months and about a week. So feeling a lot better, but still getting dizzy spells. So if I get up too fast, if I work a physical job too in a warehouse at third shift. So I'm bending over and picking up, but I just have to pace myself and make sure, I don't get up too fast. But when I do, I just have to take some deep breaths, do my breathing exercises, which I learned in rehab, which we'll touch on that too. But it's slowly getting better. So I had a little slight iron deficiency, and so we got that corrected. The other thing is I'm 55 now, folks. Believe it or not. Yes, it happens. Now I'm legal to live in my retirement community, 55 and older. But I love it here. My neighbors are great. They change quite often, unfortunately, and it's not because they moved. Well, they moved to that big place in the sky. But so I do have, a little bit of a prostate issue, which that's hereditary from my dad. So I get the camera treatment next week. I already got the finger up the butt, which was, I wasn't expecting that. I guess I should have. I went to a urologist, but I'm not a proctologist. But yeah, you just caught me off guard, doc. Just put your elbows on the table and drop your pants. I was like, good God, here we go. Not pleasant, but I get the camera going on next week. So we'll figure that out, see what's going on there. Because peeing every 15 minutes makes for a bad night's sleep. But so back to feeling the way I feel, which is great, amazing. I started in rehab the first week after detox. You go through detox and they monitor you. They put you on, well, you're taking 4 Valium a day to start with, and they put you on anti-tremor and anti-seizure medication. And you sweat a lot, like 3 shirts a night, 4 shirts a night, sleeping sweat. And then you're also in a place with like 10 other people that they're not necessarily just alcoholics. I mean, you got everything from fentanyl to crystal meth, cocaine, crack, well, you name it. It's a rehab center. It's called Hope by the Sea, actually. I have my to whom it may concern to confirm that Rodney Hood has completed 30 days of treatment services at Hope by the Sea in San Juan Capistrano, California. So I got that 30 days under my belt. I did start working out while I was there, real super light weights at first. I mean, after the first couple of days, yeah, you know the feeling. If you've started working out again, just absolutely sore all over and still shakes. I have a journal that I that I wrote, and from day one to the 30 days when I left, the handwriting changed enormously. Like you could not read it when I first started. It was total chicken scratch. But by the time I got to the final week, I was actually able to not only go for walks, up and down the hills. It was a beautiful place. It was like $2 million home in the hills of California, and beautiful walks. And I slowly but surely could make it the whole way without stopping. And that's pretty pathetic. Like, that's what alcohol did to me. It literally, well, I did it to myself, but the booze didn't help. So I slowly but surely got a little bit of stamina, my health back, and I've been eating super clean. I cheat every now and then, but just protein, fish. I've been like really into fish lately, and chicken breast, of course, and then steak when I can afford it. When it's not now like $40 for 2 steaks. I won't even talk about that right now, but so I've been eating healthy and vegetables, and my berries, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, making a smoothie every now and then. But I have been going to the gym regularly. I got that out. That was pretty good. And again, not lifting heavy, just lifting light weights, but multiple reps, just to kind of get, I went from 216 pounds going into rehab down to 194. Thank you very much. Still got to work on the midsection, but that's the final part to go. But overall, feeling good about myself. Go to the gym in the morning because I work 3rd shift, so I'm off at 5:30 a.m. Go to the gym, and then right to the hot tub after I work out and get the back muscles kind of loosened up. And then we have a steam room and a sauna. So I try to hit those at least once a week too. So overall, feeling a lot better. No shaking. Oh my gosh, that was the worst. Like you had to have something to drink before I could even write or even log into my computer or use a mouse. I mean, good Lord. I mean, it's like, Michael J. Fox using a mouse. It was terrible sorry for the reference, but just painting a picture for you. It's exhausting, and it's no way to live your life. And I'll tell you what, it took for me, I didn't have a rock bottom. Like I had a DUI 10 years ago, and that didn't do it. My dumb ass just kept drinking more, as a matter of fact, just risking it. Getting a DUI on your way home from work is not ideal for a productive life. But that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm spilling my guts. And again, just letting everybody know you're not alone. I had a counselor that I was in rehab with, good looking, educated woman. And boy, we just went back and forth, back and forth. She had a big purse. She always carried her big bag. I won't tell her name, obviously, but, and she always had booze in it. She was carrying her own bladders of box and wine bladders in there. And, finally got called in. She was to the point where the vodka water bottles, good Lord, like no one will know. It's like, I'm going to chew tons of gum and eat, Mexican food. No one can tell. Well, no, because you're standing 15 feet away from everybody. You got like this wall you got to put up. Just everything you do, just absolutely insane and exhausting, again, to hide the fact that you're just drunk all the time. And I hate to say functioning alcoholic. I mean, I was not a functioning human, but I was able to function and work, and putting in, long hours and dealing with customers on top of drinking, dealing with customers. But so that's how a day in the life would start out. I'd wake up. I didn't sleep for shit. No one does when you're drinking. You do not get good sleep. Your body absolutely is not sleeping well. So I would wake up sometimes 6, hopefully the night before. I bought a bottle on the way home and didn't drink the whole thing, but that's happened too. So 2/5 during the day, that was just for the day. And then I would buy one on the way home because God forbid I woke up in the morning and had to wait till 7 o'clock for Circle K to open. Those poor people. Oh my God. I went to a different one like every day just so I could kind of break it up. So like they're thinking, oh yeah, no, I'm buying this for my roommate. 2/5 every day seems a bit excessive. So yeah, like I said, get a couple of chugs in, throw up, couple more chugs, hold it down, brush my teeth, get in the shower, and finally could shave with 2 hands, but able to move. And alcohol, for some people, it gives you dopamine. So, I mean, it actually will get your brain, chugging along, and your body kind of follows. But the problem is later stages of alcoholism, you're having to drink every 2 hours to maintain those endorphins throughout the day. So by the end of the day, you're just absolutely exhausted. So I got my couple chugs, take my shower, get dressed, and then I'm off to Circle K because I have to reload, right? I got to reload for the day. I did try. I didn't a lot of times mix them with anything other than water or Gatorade. So I would try to do I was helping my liver out, guys. But every now and then an energy drink, pardon me, but mostly just Gatorade. I had a refrigerator at work, so I'd always have to sniff my water bottles to make sure they were water. God forbid I gave a customer a fucking cold bottle of vodka. How you doing? But such is life. So so on the way, I'd stop at Circle K and re-up and get my Gatorade and just right in the parking lot before I even roll out. Of course, I got my uniform on with my name tag. Hey, I'm Rodney. I'm an alcoholic, to everybody in the gas station. Then, start my day. I had, just on a previous job, I had, a half an hour drive. So that's plenty of time to get a nice buzz on. Of course, then I would try to go to one of the only fast food restaurants around, which is also why, my body's so jacked. I was eating like crap forever, and choked down some breakfast. Oh, that was so hard because, as I'm sure if you are an alcoholic, food in the morning is like absolutely the most disgusting thing to think about. But you got to mask the alcohol smell. You can only get away with telling people, oh, it's just from last night. It's the residuals. By 5 p.m, they figured it out that it's not the residuals from the night before. But so then, you pretty much just continue drinking throughout your day, and then you get more and more tired towards the end of the day. Don't feel like doing shit. You don't want to do, your deeds for the day. You just start to just clock watch and just, I can't wait to get home. And it literally, guys, and I'm not making this up. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. and I will obviously never drink and drive again, but my God, I was always that guy that's like, oh man, if I just, do the speed limit and, it's during the daytime, but my God, I could have, again, ruined my life, possibly harmed someone else, ran somebody over, got in an accident, killed somebody. It's just absolutely amazing. Knock on wood, that I came through that part of it unscathed. My DUI from, it's been about 10 years ago. That's off my record and everything. So that's cool. So I don't have to worry about that anymore. It's nice to be able to drive around and not be paranoid and not have a plan down of, oh, it's just a water bottle and here's the glove box and here's the hidden this and the hidden that. Always having a tub of gum. I mean, in my office at work, I probably had like 6 tubs of gum, and everybody knew where to come and get gum. So I would drive from work and drink on the way home, and this sounds terrible. And I had my faculties, like I knew what I was doing, but I was so buzzed that I've literally gotten cross-eyed and had to drive with, and I'm sure some people, share this story. Ugh, disgusting. Had to drive with one hand over my eye just so I could keep the car straight, and then watching TV when I got home with one hand over my eye, and of course drinking more, because at that point it's like, you're going to be going to bed here in 2 or 3 hours. You might as well just pound like 2 or 3 cocktails and feel a little bit good for the next hour or two, and then take some kind of melatonin or PMs, which I'm sure was great for my liver too. Nothing I did was good for your liver. You don't want to fart around with your liver, folks. But yeah, so I'll end on this. It's just the first segment, and keeping it short and sweet. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Rehab it is what it is. It is what you make out of it, I guess is what I'm saying. Because after going through rehab, I realized that, like anything, it is a business and it is there to make a profit. So they do, a lot of churning and burning, but again, I had some counselors that I loved and absolutely got along great with, could speak, man to man, or, woman to man, but some that I didn't, care for as much, but I still tried to get what I could out of everything in group therapy, and therapy was tough. Everything's super real when you get sober after being drunk for 30 years, super real. I had a real difficult time talking about my mother, and everybody's talking about their family. Of course, my mother passed of breast cancer. Rest in peace for it's going on 3 years, August 10th. And, just huge void in my life. If anybody knows me, they know how much I loved my mother, and it still gets me like caught up talking about it. But just everything became so real, and you had to face facts but it got better. But you got to face facts that I have to deal with all my demons, and I have to deal with the loss of my mother, and just anything bad that happens in your life, because boom, it's right there. Job stress, hey, now you can't drink your way through it, and that's a big part of why I think I got to the point where I was, because the job just stressed me out so bad. But back to rehab. I said, this is enough. I actually had saved up enough money, so I had a month to pay bills, and I had a commission check coming still while I was there, so that was amazing. And then let's see. So I got there. Funny story though. Of course, I drank before we got in the car. I didn't drive to the airport, but I drank on the way to the airport. I drank at the airport. I drank on the plane to California, got off the plane and drank at that airport, and then got on the bus to go to the detox center, which when I got in there, they take all your vitals and everything. And I had a jug of water. It was actually water. And I smelled like booze so bad. They like unscrewed the water and sniffed it. They're like, no, it's good. I was like, yeah, I might smell a little boozy right now. But we're going to talk about the next episode, and we're going to go through rehab. That's a good point to sign off right now. But thanks for watching. Breaking Chains, the sober mindset. And again, I'm going to put phone number and some links below. And I would love to have people call in. You don't have to do it live. We can obviously record it and I can edit it. But and hear stories. I don't care if you're still drinking or if you're, we love you, man. It's cool. I'm not here to tell people you can't drink. I'm just telling you my story and what it's done to me and affected my life and relationships. And sorry, everybody, about the last 30 years. I apologize. There, I said it. No, but I have great friends, great support group, great family. So it makes it a lot easier having the support. But 55, 3 months sober, and looking forward to hearing from you guys soon. So have a great day. Love you. Bye.